Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is another Raid Shadow Legends video. Guys, I just dropped my video about what's next in Raid, giving my views on some of the stuff that's coming up. Super cool video that Raid have released around what's coming up, new Doom Tower bosses, etc, etc. And they talk about new champions in secret rooms. So at the moment, it still kind of flows in the same way that you have to get one, then the next, then the next, then the next. I have said, please let us choose who the next one's going to be. Don't make me have to wait like a year to get that one epic that I want that might help me with my spider team. Let me choose the next epic in line or the next legendary in line. I don't run the game. I'm just trying to help them with some sensible ideas, but we will see if that comes into fruition or not. This video, I'm going to talk about all of those new champions that are up for grabs through secret rooms. You cannot pull these from shards. You literally have to do it from grinding out Doom Tower every single month. So let's get into these 6 new champs. Okay then, so first one up is going to be Tyre, a Shadowkin Void epic. So what's she got then? A1, Daze Powder. Attacks one enemy, 50% chance of placing decreased accuracy for 2 turns. Okay, A1, not too bad. A2, Venom Kunai. Attacks one enemy 3 times. Each hit has got a 75% chance of placing poison. So triple poison. I'd imagine this book's down to 3 turns as well. Pretty solid A2, but nothing crazy, I guess. Depends how hard it hits a bit, but still, like triple hit poisoner, it's not bad. For a single target, fine. Like a clan boss move, really. A3, Blood Boil, attacks one enemy. So everything's attacks one enemy. I don't love that, to be honest. I feel like most champions need an AoE to be viable in a lot of content, unless they are purely clan boss related champions. Attacks one enemy, 75% chance of instantly activating any poison debuffs and HP burn debuffs on the target. Also has a chance of, so it's going to be 100% for sure. Also can put heal reduction out there. So I guess it's like you blow up a poisoner type champion, bit like Karam, bit like Xavier, but honestly with no AoEs, like Karam, it's only viable on bosses. I guess this is, at best, this is a hard-hitting dragon boss killer. But the fact that you get her so late in Doom Tower, if you're not beating Dragon easily by then, I can't imagine you're getting very far in Doom Tower anyway. Don't know, guys. Comment below anywhere where you can think of that you would absolutely be like, I want Taya for this. I can't really see it. So next one up, the long-awaited Dark Kael. Honestly, it doesn't look that much different from Kael. Like, what, he's just put a new headset on and got a new staff? But still, Dark Kael. We've been waiting for a Dark Kael for a long time. We've had a Dark starter for all of the rest. So what we got here? A1, Weaver of Woes, triple hits. Damn, that's actually, even that's a nice start. Triple hit. Like, if you can imagine triple hit on Kael right now, he's already a clan boss god. This would be even better. Each hit has got a chance to instantly activate 2 poisons or 1 poison and 1 HP burn. Okay, that's interesting. A2, AoE, yes please. 75% probably books to 100 of placing decreased attack for 2 turns. Each crit also has a chance of increasing the duration of all other debuffs for 1 turn. And that's actually a really good A2. That's a really solid A2. I love that. A3 as a 75, again, probably books to 100% chance of placing 3 poisons and poison sensitivity for 2 turns. Damn, this guy's actually decent. This is decent. Probably 3 turn cooldown if you book it. Passive decreases the crit rate of enemies under 2 or more poisons by 15%. You might think to yourself, that's not that much. I think that actually makes the clan boss like impossible to crit you. I think that's actually enough to stop the clan boss ever critting you again. That's huge. If there are multiple champions on the team, there's still only one will do it. Right. Ooh. This is interesting as well for like arena. So I guess you're not going to have poisons out there though. No, I was going to say like, you know, you instantly stop or a chance of crits coming at you, but that's not going to work. But still, probably still like an endgame clan boss type of champion. Also good for general content, decrease attack, poisons. Yeah, he looks solid. Very, very solid epic. He's going to be top tier epic for sure. But the trouble is he's so far away. Larium, let us pick him first. Okay, so the last of the epics is Gwyneth. Gwyneth has got, what is Gwyneth? She's going to be, I guess, a dark, oh, she's Dark Elf. I wouldn't have picked her as Dark Elf. I was thinking maybe she's Demon Spawn. But anyway, Dark Elf, epic, magic based. attack champion. So AoE A1. This attack will not trigger counterattacks. That's interesting as well. Kind of cool mechanic there, perhaps for the arena. A2 attacks one enemy before attacking. AT probably 100 if you book it. Chance of placing weaken on the target for 2 turns. Heals his champion by percentage of the damage. Then heals all allies but with any surplus heal. It's interesting. And then her A3 transfers all debuffs from herself. Then attacks an enemy. Ignores 10% of the target's defense for each debuff they are under. Okay, that could be a hard hitting single target hits. Honestly, her kit doesn't fill me with kind of like glee. I'm not, if we're talking this is 2 years in the making of getting this champion for most people, when they finally get these epics done, are you fussed about getting Gwyneth at that point? I don't know that you are. But Dark Kael looks like the best of the epics. Let's check out the legendaries. Okay, first legendary in the mix then is Val the Destroyer. Kind of looks a bit like King Garog, who looks sweet, but is not. So let's hope he's a bit better than him. What have we got here? He is a... What we got? King Val the Destroyer, Orc, legendary, attack-based spirit champion. So A1, attacks one enemy, heals his champion by 30% of the damage that he does. It's cool. A2, attacks all enemies, probably 100% chance to place weaken. Also places a decreased attack for 2 turns on those enemies who receive the weaken. So pretty much it's an AoE, weaken, and decrease attack if you book him. AoE, let's hope he does some damage as well. With these massive old Klingon type of, I can't think what they're called, but those big things, you'd think he'd do some damage, please, Plarium. A3, Calamity Torrent, attacks one enemy, ignores 30% of the target's defense, decreases the target's max HP by 50% of the damage inflicted. Okay, that's cool. Places block damage buff on this champion for 1 turn if he kills someone. Not bad as well. And then a passive increases his attack by 10% each time they use an active skill, stacks to 100. So it is like King Garog. King Garog's got a similar type of passive that doesn't really ever get a time to shine. Like, there's not many places where Ninja, King Garog, and Val get their stacks up because it resets at the beginning of each round. So apart from the hardest of the hard Doom Tower bosses, which I guess is what it's for, he doesn't really come in. But looks cool. Be interested to see what his multipliers are like. But he's so far away from most people, it's insane. Like the 4th legendary you get from hard Doom Tower is a long way off with no way to kind of decrease the time. I fear these champions we're looking at now, most people will never get to use. Okay, then second one or 5th one, depending on how you put it, is Basatha. Basatha is a Lizardman champion, HP-based legendary, magic affinity. So we've got an A1, attacks one enemy, 40% chance of placing decreased attacks. It probably books again to like 60 or something for a legendary. Maybe 75 if you're lucky. A2, God Beast's Boon. Places strengthen and continuous heals on allies. Also places a shield buff. I love shield buff champions. They're really effective actually. Especially on Clan Boss. For 2 turns, equal to 25% of his HP. If on allies that are under Fear, True Fear, Freeze, Provoke, Sleep, Stun. Okay, not a good Clan Boss champion then. So pretty much anyone who's taking a nasty debuff will get a shield. Okay. It's okay. It's just a bit too situational, really. Normally, if you've got that stuff on you, you're done for anyway at that point, especially if it's arena. A3 attacks all enemies. Probably books to 100% chance of placing a stun and decreases enemy's turn meter. It's pretty cool. And then Soul Keeper, whenever an enemy is revived, 75, probably again 100 chance of placing a stun on them for 1 turn. It cannot be resisted or blocked. That's actually cool. So this is an arena champion with an A1 that isn't really an arena A1. So in this kind of current meta where there's revived defensive teams in the arena, every time someone gets revived, it's on a 1-turn cooldown, but the revive for the first time will stun people. I'm guessing if it's on a 1-turn cooldown, it might only stun one of the enemy. I don't know. Interesting champion, very different type of kits. But again, long way off. So last one in the list then is going to be Vassal. This is one they show off in that video today. Demon Spawn legendary, HP based champion, a Force affinity champion. I mean, he looks so cool. This dude looks super sweet. One of my fave looking champs. Look at this. Even the etching on his sword is cool. He's got this kind of sweet looking kilt. You never know what's under the kilt, but damn, he's got fire coming out of his eyeballs. They've done a good job there. So what's going on? A1 places HP burn for 2 turns if they're under a true fear or decrease attack. Okay. Also places a shield on himself for 2 turns, equal to 10% of his max HP, and he's an HP based champ. A2 attacks all enemies. Probably going to be 100% chance of placing true fear and decrease attack for 2 turns. Probably books to a 3-turn cooldown, I would imagine. A3 balances the HP of all allies. This is like a Senacia move, so it's like a heal in effect. You balance all of your health pools so that if one person's low, everyone else is high, it gets everyone to high. The HP levels of the allies will be brought up to the level of the ally with the highest HP. After balancing HP, grants an extra turn. Okay, so the terminology is completely wrong. It's not balancing the HP, it's bringing the HP up to the highest HP champion. So it's actually very different from Senacia. This is better version. After balancing HP, gets an extra turn as well. So it's kind of like making other abilities on a lower cooldown with this extra turn mechanic. And he's got a passive, receives 20% less damage from champions from Bannerlord, High Elves, and Sacred Order. If there's 2 or more Demon Spawn champions on this team alongside this champion, increases the crit damage of all Demon Spawn champions by 20%. Only works when he's alive. Pretty interesting. Honestly, considering he's like the 6th in the list of all of these legendaries, he looks super sweet. His kit's cool, but it's not crazy. It's okay. It's okay. Nothing crazy at all. So there you go, guys. I'd like to get your opinion on my thoughts around being able to select the champion you want from Doom Tower. Or are you pretty happy with the way it's going? Feel like it's actually a good system? Or would you kind of even come up with a different concept for these Doom Tower reward champions? Either way, they always do a good job with how they look. Their kits are interesting. I just fear that they're so far away for most people that although it's interesting to look at, it's almost like a dream. It's a dream of what will never be. I've been Hell Hades. I will see you later.